before we continue with other things, I want to cover on how to create a floor in the house. Because right now, we have our ground plane, which is really this surface here, but it's grass. And you can see it on the inside too. So we really need to create a floor. Now, this is a little bit more of an advanced technique, but it is something that's going to be very necessary, is to put what's called a foundation first. We do need to put that foundation. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to show you how to create the foundation, um, and that should be sufficient for at least getting going with understanding Revit. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a floor system, and I'm going to go back to the level one floor plan view. I like using this one because I'm able to see the outside walls a little bit better. Even though, again, you can actually create a lot of this stuff even on the 3D view, but my preference is just to go back to the level one floor plan. And I'm going to create an architectural floor. Now, as far as the foundation itself, because I do want to create a foundation, might as well cover that topic now, is I want to create a 4-inch thick concrete foundation. It doesn't exist, okay, but we do need it. So I'm going to go ahead and put edit type, and I'm going to create one. We can start with the generic 12-inch, and I'm going to make a duplicate, and I'm going to call it 4-inch concrete foundation. And that's the typical thickness of really almost all foundations, at least here in El Paso, for homes. It's 4 inches thick of concrete. So I'm going to hit OK. And to that one, I'm going to edit the structure right in here on this button. And I'm going to change the structure to be, first of all, 4 inches in thickness, 4 inches or 0 space 4, enter. And then as far as the material, I'm going to go ahead and define it as concrete. I'm going to click on these dots right in here. And I can go and look for it on the list, or I can just filter it, concrete. And it'll be concrete cast in place gray is the type of concrete that we need for our home. Hit OK, and OK, and OK. All right. So now, as far as the foundation, and I'm going to go ahead and just use the pick walls option, and I'm going to put it along the outside edge of the house. Your typical foundation goes along the outer edge of the house, all the way around. There we go. All right. Again, if it's on the wrong side, you can just flip the whole thing and move it towards the inside. But I do need it on the outside, and hit check. Okay. So you can kind of see that it's actually putting a little hatch pattern to represent concrete, and that's pretty much what we need. Now, there is a slight issue in that when we go to 3D view, you're going to see the foundation right in there, but it kind of blends in with the grass. The reason for that is because the grass or the topo surface is actually at the same elevation of the concrete, and that's not what we want. If you think about your house at home, you actually have, especially at the front door, you actually have a step down from the level of the home down to the ground level. And that's not happening here. So we actually need to adjust the ground level to lower it so that we actually have that little step down. Okay. So the way we're gonna, and then that'll take care of the whole blending thing, because you're gonna see that blending in here. And even if I go to my bedroom view, you can kind of see once again here, it's doing that. You can still somewhat see the grass. Okay. And that's, once again, that's not what we want. Okay. So I'm going to go back to, in this case, I'm going to go to the site plan view, and I'm going to select the topo surface. I'm going to select the topo surface, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit the surface, and then I'm going to select the elevation, the points that we created to begin with. You can select those, and then I'm going to select one, and then this one, I'm going to go ahead and put it at negative, and it varies. We can go maybe -4 inches, I guess. Let's see what that looks like. Um, -4 inches, and we're going to do that to all of them. Okay, and you can actually put since I'm editing only the topo surface, if I put a big window around everything, it's only going to select those points. So I'm going to put -4 inches. Okay, and then I'm going to hit the check mark, and then what that's going to do, it's actually going to lower the topo surface. It lowers the topo surface, and now this is what you will actually see. And once again, now we have that step down from the concrete, or from the level of the floor down to the ground. That'll take care of that situation. You'll notice now we have concrete on the inside. When I go to my camera views, I don't see that little blending of the concrete concrete with the grass. and everything starts looking a little bit better. Putting tile and carpeting that's a little bit more advanced, we'll cover that a little later. For now, I just want to continue with modeling and showing you some renderings on the next set of videos.